Let's go. Welcome to health. I wanted to talk about the human health, like viruses. Influence of virus, okay, so I have experienced so many times. What is be done here? Okay, it's good to know some different antibiotics here, or antivirals in influence of virus here. And Baloxavir, I forget the name of this medicine here, okay, so imagine some kind of a chemical compounds which could be indeed able to somehow to reduce the influence of viruses here. Like a different virus, like a ribavirin and different kind of virus, there are different kind of viruses could be effective, but the real viruses are super effective, able to always change here. And viruses are maybe the masters of the kind of resistance, even more than bacteria cases. And viruses are really masters of always having new different strains and constantly kind of like mutation here. And there's constantly infinite number of war here. So even if something could work little while, imagine what is the best protection against viruses here. First of all, viruses are contagious here. The viruses don't just come from nothing here. They have to come from somewhere here. And the viruses have to be spread by usually other living organisms here. So the viruses don't come from nothing here. Imagine you're alone with no other living organism in the universe except you here. And it's very, very unlikely that the virus will become outside here. In your own body, the human bodies don't really create viral particles, any kind of like here. Imagine like your own body don't create viruses here. Cancers, other kind of things are different things than viruses here. I'm not going to talk cancers, I'm not really aware about the cancers. How big deal they are here. So imagine life, what life could be. Everybody needs to always think about it. What if you die? What happened? What is your preparation if there's something happen here? Imagine the people are really not very prepared of their life here, since the birth for all kind of possibilities here. What is called the risk preparedness here. Are you prepared to risk something negative happen here? It could be anything here. It could be humans, like homicides and human causes. It can be other living organisms here, like animals, like predation by, but there's very few animals, like dogs maybe can bite you, but only probably you're gonna die some infection here, more than the dog bite itself here. Of course, if there's a hell of a lot of hungry dogs and you're in a room here, then you might have a problem here. But you know, most likely the biggest risk of the life form comes from far smaller than any mammals here. And it also some dangerous snakes and other kind of things. The mammals are probably pretty safe here because there are for so few of them here. And most of the mammals that you ever encounter are human domesticated animals anyways here. The humans have really wiped out all the dangerous mammals of the earth here. And reptilians and other kind of things, well, it depends where you are in the world here. Even in your local zoo, those animals are very domesticated here. Even some reptilian brains are not very easy to domesticate, like for snakes and whatever here. The biggest risk doesn't come from them. The insects are more dangerous. Interesting, the more dangerous animal, smaller they get, size more dangerous they become here. Insects are vectors of the dangerous animals, but insects are not itself really that dangerous here. The biggest dangerous things come from small animals, snakes. It's not the pure force, but the danger factor here. The most dangerous animals or living organisms, case, you know, what are the humans are the most maybe dangerous human at all. Mammals, everything else is safe here. And for my case here, the humans are number one, only risk of mammals. Reptilians, I don't integrate here, so they are also safe here. The biggest risk are humans and then some other small animals, case here, like mosquitoes here. And mosquitoes are dangerous because of the transmitted disease by instead it themselves here. So a lot of the animals are like this, like some small different things. When it comes to different insects, there are two kind of dangerous factors. One is what's called some bite here, and transmitted disease like a blood-borne disease vector here. The second thing is of course are poison and different things here. There's a lot of different kind of like snakes, whether are little dangerous, but they are not really my spirit here. Scorpions, imagine this fucking insect here. And then there's of course, you know, but all these are very small risks for a cause of death here. They are far more dangerous things than insects here, okay, so of course insects, the biggest risk is not the insects itself, okay, so even non-poisonous they are, some frogs etc. here. Because they are very unlikely, if I'm not there spared, you guys, and very few people really die directly from poisonous animals or whatever here, are the smaller pathogens here. And let's go to the helminths and worms and parasites. Let's go to the animals which can actually be inside human bodies here, instead outside here. You know, insects very seldom ever are inside the human bodies. Like ants, they all will die there eventually, very quickly here, because they cannot just live inside here. But human endogenic pathogens can indeed here. And there's some things like helminths, okay, so we can occupy a lot of human space, and they are really concerned here. Fortunately here, you know, I don't know the danger to annually take like a small pill of albendazole here, mebendazole here, small little pill of this kind of medication. This could wipe out a lot of those helminths here, hookworms, flatworm zona here. There's a lot of different kind of like intestinal parasites which can help it. The biggest dangerous factors are also malaria. They're like kind of like this kind of a single cell, kind of a amoeba type of the kind of things, and they are really risky here. But in my living sphere, they're not really that big risk here, and none of these actually are that big risk here. It really depends what you eat, especially in case, you know. And insects can spread some of these things like a tick-borne diseases here, and so on. The most dangerous are actually three, even the smallest one here. And here are the most two dangerous are viruses and bacteria here. The bacteria is really the second most dangerous actually for myself here. Why? As the third category here, the like worms and intestinal parasites here, this almost all of them could be easily killed by enough medications here. Ivermectin here, albendazole, they all with high doses alongside with quinolanes and so on could kill all of this malaria parasite pretty easy here. They cannot have resistance of the over 6-5 different medications here. And it's not that much money to buy medications to kill all these parasites all together here. The biggest risks are therefore bacteria. So bacteria is not the worst, it is second worst here, okay, so the cause of death here of this kind of external living organism. Imagine bacteria. They still kill a lot of people in the world here, bacteria here. Imagine there's still people dying in the world here. And I think the bacteria cause of death are realistically mostly preventable here. But they can happen quickly here, like streptococcus infections here. And because of that, I had antibiotics. I hoard by some antibiotics here. And I really have a requirement to always carry on some, starting from now on, preparedness for any kind of a bacterial infection here. So, I require, okay, take it off.